Hey my Jazzies, and welcome back to the channel. I know that I've been gone for over a month and I haven't uploaded for over a month, but life's just been crazy, and I just decided, well, why not do kind of a life update, but more on the pregnancy side of everything, and just fill you guys in on what's been going on and why I've been MIA. But hey, if you guys are new, my name is Jasmine Echols, and I do mom life, vlogs, beauty, lifestyle type of videos. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, then make sure that you click that subscribe button so you could become part of the Jazz fam. So let's just hop right into the video, and yeah, I see you over there. Hey guys, so about this life update, pregnancy version, whatever. As you can see, my features have changed. I've become more looking like a blowfish. No, just kidding. But for real though, like last time you seen me, my face was not this prego. I got prego face officially. Like, I'm like, why can't I be one of those moms that have a slim face throughout the whole pregnancy and just be looking snatched? And but no, that's not me. This is real life. This is what I get every time. But anyway, so that's new. So in the last video, I went to see my high-risk doctor, and I think we were just getting ultrasounds and checking up on the baby. And when I went in the office, they was telling me my options. So just start from there. So after that, well, at that appointment, they were telling me that I might have to get a cerclage done. And so the cerclage is basically a sewing and closing of the cervix. So the way the doctor described it to me was like a Crown Royal bag, if any of you know about that, or like a drawstring bag. So they would basically like take, this is my cervix, they would stitch around it, right? Stitch around it, and then pull it tight, and so that would close the cervix up. So that's my best description of how I can describe it to you guys. But so they said if my blood work and stuff that they took for me and my levels and stuff was higher than the 2.5, then I would be okay not to get the cerclage done. But if it was like a 2.5 or 2.4 or lower than that, then yeah, they would recommend me get the cerclage done. So lucky me, I got my levels back on my numbers and tests, and I was at a 2.3. Yeah, I was at a 2.3. And so they was like, so when I went to my next doctor's appointment, they were like, so your numbers were at a 2.3, and so the next step is scheduling a cerclage. So I'm like, oh my god, I didn't really want that done because, well, the number one reason I didn't want it done was because I had to get a spinal block or epidural or whatever. I had to get one of those, and I was thinking I'm already gonna have to get a spinal block or epidural whenever I go to have my baby, because I have to get a cesarean. So I'm like, I don't want that twice in one pregnancy. And I just feel like from my past pregnancies and having to have cesareans and spinal blocks and stuff, that my back is like suffering from it. So I'm like, oh my god. But anyway, we agreed, my husband and I agreed, you know, they said this would be one of the best options for the baby, to keep him in there and keep him, you know, in the oven baking as long as possible. We was to try to make it full term. So we was like, okay, so we looked at the calendar, got that scheduled or whatever, and then on top of that, they also told me that I would have to do progesterone shots or progesterone injections that, you know, either they could give it to me or like a relative or my husband or mom or whoever could do it at home. So what I didn't know was that that my body wasn't producing or making enough progesterone. And when your body don't produce enough progesterone, then that calls for preterm or early labor. And I didn't know that. I was like, why is this not a test that they give you when you first find out you're pregnant? Like, you know, I don't know. But then a light bulb went up in my head, like, that's probably what happened with my son Wyatt. Like, for those of you who don't know, I have 3 boys already, and my youngest son Wyatt was born at 23 weeks. Yeah, but I have a whole 3-part series of video about that. So if you're interested in that story, then just click the link over here, wherever I'm gonna put it at. But moving on, so I had to get the cerclage done. I got it done. What day was that? I want to say I got the cerclage done December 21st. Yes, I got the yeah, I'll put a correction in here if that's not it, but I think it was December 21st that I got the cerclage done, just a couple of days before Christmas. But so I went in, got the cerclage done. Well, that wasn't that easy, y'all. So let me rewind back. So when I got there, you know, they get you all prepped and ready and stuff, and then whenever they took me back to get the cerclage done, they were trying to do the spinal block and having a hard time getting the spinal block leveled to, you know, be in the middle, not actually doing the shot or whatever it's really called, the injection or whatever, but just making sure that it was in the middle of my back so that the numbness from the waist down would spread evenly. But instead of it going just in the middle, it was started shifting from left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right. And then it was this one doctor, but I believe she was like being taught, and then I was the guinea pig that day or something on how to do it, and she kept doing it, and it was hurting. Like, it felt like it was piercing my kidneys every time, y'all. It was just like, oh my God. So I think she might have did it 2 or 3 times, and I was like, get, like, because it was another doctor back there saying, okay, look, you almost got it or whatever, talking to the other doctor. And I'm like, after that second or third time, I was like, let the pro do it, because we need to get it and be done. Because if y'all don't get it this time, then I'm finna get up off this table and we not getting no cerclage done. We just gonna, I don't know what we're gonna do, but we ain't getting no cerclage done. So that she finally was like, okay, let me try, or let me do it. And then the main doctor did it on the first try and we got it done. I'm like, why wouldn't they? Never mind, I'm gonna go into that. Anyway, I got the cerclage in, and afterwards the doctor, my high risk doctor that performed the surgery, he said that I'm glad that we got the cerclage in because you were already dilated, and you were dilated 2 centimeters. I'm like, what? And y'all, keep in mind that I was only 17 weeks whenever I got the cerclage done. I was only 17 weeks. So, and for me to be dilated, was dilating 2 centimeters, like at 17 weeks, like I'm just getting started. My body is just starting to make my baby up, you know? So I was like, wow, thank you, Lord. Because if I would have declined, or we wouldn't have got the cerclage in time or whatever, like, who's to say that I wouldn't have been at 10 within the next week, you know, at 10 centimeters within the next week, and this baby would have been born even earlier than Wyatt. But anyway, we got that done. And so, yeah, so it's been holding up good. On to my progesterone shot. So I get a progesterone shot, and it's called Makena. I get it every week. I think I've been getting it every week since about 20 weeks or 21 weeks, something like that. So I just say 20 weeks. I've been getting it every week for 20 weeks, and I am now 30 weeks and 4 days. 30 weeks and 4 days today. My husband, well, initially I thought my mom was going to give it to me while my husband, you know, would be at work and stuff, but kind of worked out. So my husband gives them to me every Thursday, and I only have 2 more injections to go. I think I'll be either 33 weeks. I'll be 33 weeks whenever I'm done with it, but I have 2 more injections to go, and thank you, Lord, that that'll be over, because those injections are crazy. Like, they do not feel good. They're painful. It's not like your normal everyday little flu shot medicine or whatever that goes in your arm. No, this stuff is like a thick oil that has to go like in the back fatty part of your arm, and I still got a bump here from this past Thursday getting it. I don't know, but it's painful. It's very uncomfortable. It burns whenever you get it, and I'm just so ready for these 2 weeks to be up so I can be done with that part of it. And yeah, I mean, I had to do what I had to do in order to try to, you know, keep my baby cooking in here and doing what's best for him. But at the same time, I feel like I've been going through so much to keep him in here, and it's just very exhausting and tiring and frustrating and painful. But nevertheless, I am still kicking, still here. I'll end up going to the emergency room because I had been kind of having shortness of breath a little bit. I don't know, but I went to get my cerclage done on the 20th, 21st, something like that. But then I ended up going to the emergency room on the 24th. No, on Christmas. Was it Christmas? 24, Christmas Eve. 20, Christmas. Yeah, I ended up going to the emergency room Christmas night in Memphis because I was experiencing shortness of breath and everything, and they did echo and chest x-rays, and everything was good with that, and other tests and stuff to make sure everything was good with the baby, and the baby was good. And I'm like, I don't understand how I am being shortness of breath. But then I went to my high-risk doctor again for my follow-up for the cerclage, and I told them about it. And they was like, well, you know, sometimes if you had asthma in the past or younger, when you're pregnant, then it kind of comes back up. So they prescribed me an albuterol inhaler, and so I was taking it, and it was kind of helping with the shortness of breath a little bit. And then come to find out, I had COVID. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, what else can happen? I had got COVID. But I didn't have, thank you Lord, I am so thankful. I didn't have like very, very, very bad symptoms. The only thing I had was like bad headaches, but that was like a week or two even before I got the cerclage. A week or two I knew I was even getting the cerclage. I had a couple days where I was feeling, well, I really thought it was a sinus infection because I have bad allergies and sinus, and it just be twisted all up in there, and it's just bad every year. Anytime the weather changes, anytime somebody mows some grass, anytime spring comes and a pretty flower blooms, my allergies like, oh, it's my key to pop up and that crazy. But my kids do go to school. They're not doing homeschool anymore. But they are in school, so you know, you take risks with the kids coming in and out of school, and just so happened everybody like had COVID, like me, my son Dalen, my son Jackson, my son Wyatt. Everybody had it except Doug. Doug didn't have it, so he was having to take care of all of us with COVID. So yeah, I just have been having a lot going on. Okay, I mean, everything had been going well since then. Just the regular pregnancy visits and stuff with my normal OBGYN. So I go to my regular OBGYN in Jonesboro, and then I go see a high-risk doctor in Memphis. So it's like I almost go to the doctor every 2 weeks between, you know, the two, and back and forth or whatever. But everything has been going well. Nothing super major. I hadn't been having to go get checked out or nothing like that. The baby has been measuring good, everything looking good. All the toes and the fingers and the brain and the nose and all that stuff is where it needs to be and growing how it's supposed to be. Until, well, not the bones and stuff, but I had a little scare this past Wednesday, which I had been in some pain like in my back. So I was like, you know, maybe it's just Braxton Hicks, or you know, the baby is growing and scratching, so it's giving me a little bit more backache than what I would normally have or whatever, because I am growing, the baby's getting bigger, my hips are spreading, bones and stuff is stretching out, whatever. But I had been having that for at least about a month, anywhere from 2 weeks to a month. But I feel like it was over 2 weeks, where I couldn't really stand up that long without my back really hurting me and bothering me really bad. I would get pain and tightness in my belly and like in my abdomen area and like my pelvic area. I would feel a lot of pain there. And then I just would feel sharp pains like in my lady friend area. I'm like, oh Lord, this supply just trying to bust open. The baby's trying to come out. So me and my husband went to labor and delivery this past Wednesday to get checked out, and on the screen they did see, once they got me hooked up in the triage room and all that stuff, and on the screen they did see that I had been having contractions, or they could see, you know, like the contractions on the screen. So they seemed to be like they were kind of like 10 to 15 minutes apart, kind of, you know, up in there, anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes apart. And so they talked to the doctor that was on call or whatever, and he told them to give me a bag of fluid, which is, they said that would help with the contractions. So it helps slow down the contractions or stop them. And so I was like, oh, okay. All right. It's because I was just wondering how that worked with pregnancy and contractions and stuff, but the nurse kind of broke it down to me. She was like, well, you know, like if an athlete or something is dehydrated, their body starts to like, baby moving. Their body starts to like cramp up in certain spots or in the stomach and stuff. It's because they don't have enough fluid. And I was like, okay, well, I can see how that kind of would work with the contractions and being hydrated and all this stuff. So they also did like a wet prep and urine sample to test things in my I forgot which one. I think it was the urine one, whatever. I don't know. It came back fine, but my wet prep came back that I had an infection, and more than likely that was really causing the bulk of my labor pains. But I ended up was able to leave that day. I wasn't there too long, maybe like 2 or 3 hours, which I mean, it wasn't that long. They were kind of taking tests, waiting for stuff to come back. I was talking to Doug, he took a nap, I was playing a game on my phone, had pain, stopped. You know, it kind of went by pretty quickly, even though we was over there for a little bit. But I ended up getting they prescribed me 2 antibiotics for it, and I feel like since I've been taking them twice a day, I feel like since I've been taking them that the pain has gotten better. So it definitely was an infection, and the antibiotics are helping slow it down. But even still, guys, I can't really be up on my feet a long time. I get out of breath, as you can see as I'm talking now. I get out of breath, and I still have back pain, which because I feel like, you know, when you're in a swing or something and you just bear all your weight down in the swing, I feel like that's what the baby does when I stand up on my feet too long. It just like drops all his pressure on me. But I still get a little, you know, tired as well too. So my husband was like, okay, just because they said it was infection and gave you the medicine and all this stuff don't mean you finna be out here just, I'm free. Just get back to do whatever I want to do. He's like, you ain't doing that. Like I might let you do a couple of little things and get up and stuff like that, but you ain't gonna be doing all that still. So I thank God for my husband. He's the best. He's the best. But yeah, so that was this past Wednesday, all of that, guys. And today is Saturday. What is today? Yeah, today is Saturday, March 26th, and I'm doing okay. Like, I'm out of breath, and I'm sitting in this chair, and my back is hurting a little bit because I've been really on my feet a lot today and around the house doing things. So I've been kind of working my body a little bit more overtime than what I need to be. But I'm feeling okay. And yeah, so guys, let's see what's coming up So I start going to the doctor every 2 weeks now, since I'm 30 weeks and I'm kind of high risk, so they just want to keep a eye on everything. But I start going to the doctor now every 2 weeks. I'll go back this coming up Thursday, and I'm kind of excited and a little nervous, but this week here that I go to the doctor, be looking at the calendar with my doctor and Doug to kind of set up a date and look at May to see what day, you know, we're gonna go in to be induced, or not induced, to have the cesarean, to schedule a cesarean and look at the day and get that on the calendar. And I'm kind of excited about it and nervous because I feel like, wow, the time has really gone by fast. But yeah, I don't go back to see my high risk doctor until 37 weeks, and that's when they'll take the cerclage out. And so yeah, I got a little break from traveling back and forth between the two for a little bit. Like, I've already got my hair appointment scheduled, y'all, and everything. Like, I'm getting my hair braided the day before I go to get my cerclage just taken out, so that way if anything happens that weekend after I get the cerclage taken out, my hair is dead and I won't be looking like Bye Felicia in the labor and delivery room with my hair all over my head. But yeah, so what's coming up next, guys, is just me preparing for the baby, for our new bundle of joy. So we won't really be doing a nursery right at this moment. He'll just kind of room with Wyatt a little bit, but for the most part he'll be in here with us in the bassinet. So you won't get to see a nursery reveal or nothing like that. And I'm kind of sad about it, but I mean, I have to be realistic about it. So you might get to see like a later on baby room for him, but not really a nursery. And by that time we'll be able to move Wyatt upstairs with the big boys, and then he'll have Wyatt room. The next thing I'm going to work on is getting things ordered and together for my hospital bag. That way I can do a what's in my hospital bag, labor and delivery cesarean version video for you guys to just kind of see how, you know, what I pack. And I think it'll just be fun and cool, and it's different things that you need for a regular vaginal birth and a cesarean birth. Like, you need a couple of different things that you'll need. So I just want to record that video, and I think it'll be very informative and fun. And so yeah, that's where we're at, guys. Yeah, I know I said that I wanted to like follow this journey along, and I will continue to do what I can, but it was just really repetitive with just going to the doctors and getting checked out and checking on the baby. You know how it is when you go month to month or whatever. So I didn't think that would be very interesting, but yeah, I do have some cool new videos that I have in mind to record before I have this little one to get out. But so that's it, guys. Stop rambling, stop talking, because that's all I have. I know this video is probably a 1,000,000 minutes long. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Also, like this video, leave me a comment down below with any questions or anything you might want to see in a video related to my pregnancy, or what I eat in a day being pregnant, or you know, just any video ideas in general, whether it's something about the pregnancy or not. Just leave me a comment down below and let me know what you want to see from me. And also hit that notification bell so that you never miss an upload from your girl. So when you hit that notification bell, then it's gonna come to your phone and be like, oh, I'm here first. Oh, I'm here. Like, y'all gonna be there, okay? And last but not least, subscribe so that you can become a part of the Jazz fam. Okay, y'all?